Solomon is again esteemed as a great magician who had great power over the spirit world. It was said he gained this power from Satan, who gave him a ring of power with a symbol on the ring. This symbol is known as the Seal of Solomon, and it is this hexagram. This symbol was supposedly used on Solomon's ring and gave him the power to understand and communicate with animals, and to conjure up spirits to do his bidding. This is what the Seal of Solomon is. It is not found in scripture, but spoken about through Freemasonry and the occult. But this is all that it could have to do with Israel. In fact, scripture actually speaks against this symbol. Amos chapter 5, verse 26 says, "But ye have been born the tabernacle of your Moloch, and Chayun your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves." This is the star of their God. It's a hexagram. This symbol is everywhere. It's also hidden on the US dollar bill. There was much things placed in the design of this dollar bill. That's why, as all the designs have changed in the different denominations, the $1 bill has been constant. This is not a symbol of Yahweh. This does not represent him. He does not mix with the occult and pagans. So when you are seeing this, you must understand that there is deception trapped and surrounding this symbol. This symbol was used by the converted Jews in Europe. It became a family crest or shield by the Rothschild family during the 19th century. The Rothschilds brought much of the land in Israel from the Arabs and Turks and were huge supporters of the Zionist movement. These are terms you should research on your own: Zionism and Khazars. This will help you understand who Yahshua is speaking about in Revelation chapter 2 verse 9 and chapter 3 verse 9. So after the Holocaust, the Rothschild family donated the land they owned of what was known as Palestine at the time. The United Nations then gave this land to these converted Jews so that they would have a homeland and would never have to face the kind of oppression and slaughter they had during the Holocaust. Thus, the State of Israel was created. The hexagram, also known as the Magen David, or Shield of David, or Star of David, or Seal of Solomon, was adopted as a symbol of the nation. But this again has nothing to do with Yahweh, but everything to do with Satan. With all the different pieces of symbolism tied into it, along with the use from witches and Satanists, it's obvious that this is nothing that Yahweh wants to use to represent his land. Do not be deceived by this hexagram, or Star of David, or Seal of Solomon, whatever they want to call it. It is used by witches to conjure up spirits. It is a powerful symbol for the occult. But these two symbols are just purely wicked. Though you see them everywhere, you may wonder what you're looking at. And I hope this explains enough to you that you do not use these symbols if you worship Yahweh, the one true God of Israel. Or you may be able to identify witches and cultists when you're outside in the public. They don't walk around broadcasting their belief, but they are definitely out there. If you recognize certain things and symbols, you can be aware of who you are encountering. When you see people using these symbols, you must question what you are seeing. It's either that they are heavily deceived or they are in fact a deceiver. Always understand, the more we see these symbols and the more they are generally accepted, the more we know how far we are from Yahweh and how close we are to Satan. Today we use a completely satanic symbol to try to represent Yahweh's people to the world. Well, that's what the knowledge of the world today wants us to believe. It's just like Satan to use his symbol to represent what he wants to pass off as Yahweh's chosen people. And if you understand this level of deception, it may help you understand a much bigger piece to this deception. This is not a video to explain this in depth. I just encourage you to try to understand this on your own. Like I said, go to Revelation chapter 2 verse 9 and 3 verse 9 and research Khazars and Zionists. I hope this video opened your eyes to the things you were not aware of. Your world is inundated with witchcraft and the occult. The only problem is that most of us don't know it. When you start gaining knowledge, you gain power against them preying on your ignorance. You also gain discernment so that you are not taken advantage of. We have all been deceived by these symbols. It's time that the deception stops. You must understand that Revelation chapter 12 verse 9 said, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." This scripture says he deceived the whole world. This channel is about waking you up to the deception and, more importantly, filling you up with His Word so that you can grow your relationship stronger with the one who truly matters. This world is passing away, and when you're able to see the influence of the enemy in our culture, my hope is that you not only gain power over all this deception, but you also gain continuous conviction to get right with Yahweh today. Because clearly, time is running out. If you want to understand about that more, I encourage you to watch my video about proof that we are in the end times. So listen, thanks for watching.